What's up guys, it's November 21st, which means we have our first wave of Spiritforged reveals officially from Riot, and today they dropped all 12 of the legend cards that are going to be in the set. It's a lot to go over, but I wanted to do it because it's new information. Apologies in advance for low quality screen grabs. This is from Reddit. Thank you to the people who posted that there. I have organized them in alphabetical order. Some of them were revealed previously. We're just going to go through all of it. I'm going to give my first impressions on each of the cards. Obviously, a lot of this is going to be contingent on what else is in the set. But without further ado, we'll get started. First, we have AZIR, Emperor of the Sands. He is green and yellow. He has a continuous effect that your sand soldiers have Weapon Master, which for those of you who don't know, that's when they come into play. You can equip an equipment you control. It can be attached to something else, or it can be open for 1 power less than its normal equip cost to that unit when it comes in. And then he has an activated ability. You can pay 1 and rest him to play a 2 might sand soldier token to your base. But you can only use the ability if you've played an equipment during that turn, which is a little bit of a restriction. And we'll see how much equipment is printed into the set, especially in green and yellow. It has potential. I think that this is a proactive deck. Turn 1 Doran Shield is kind of strong with 2 runes because you can play the sand soldier, then equip the Doran Shield and make it a 3 tank, but I don't know. It's fine. Up next, we have DRAVEN, Glorious Executioner. He's in red and purple, and compared to AZIR, his text is a lot simpler. When you win a combat, you draw a card. This is winning on offense or defense. It doesn't say conquer. The first time I read this, I was like, oh, they put Kaisa Survivor on a leader. Nope, this is whenever you win a combat, offensive or defensive. So there's this space for a DRAVEN combat tricks deck, like with his unique action, spinning axes. You can just create a lot of value. I see a lot of potential for this one. We have EZREAL, Prodigal Explorer. He is in blue and purple. You can rest him at reaction speed to draw a card, but only if you've chosen enemy units or gear twice this turn with spells or unit abilities. It doesn't say twice or more, so like the timing on this might be restrictive. I'm not sure if that's like gonna be changed for production or if it's really just like after the second time. Sequencing wise, I'm not sure how much that affects your power turns, but like being able to hold the card draw for later in the turn theoretically might, I don't know, who knows. It reads okay. I don't know, like we have the Gust, we have Stupefy, we have Fight or Flight. These are all seemingly good in this deck, but it's like you're spending a lot to just draw one. I'm not sure, we'll see. Up next, we have FIORA Grand Duelist. Orange and yellow. When one of your units becomes mighty, that is power of 5 or more, might of 5 or more, you may exhaust FIORA, the leader card, to channel a rune exhausted. This card is interesting. It has some cool synergy with the orange 4-cost champions from set 1, Kiana and FIORA. Both of those like receiving buffs, both of those like conquering and trying to hold. And they're 4 power, so you can have them become mighty quite easily by just placing 1 buff on them or by equipping them. I thought Trinity Force, a previously revealed card for Spiritforged, has a great home in FIORA. There's also the set 5-drop that comes in as a 4, boosts himself up to 5, spends the buff to go back down to 4, and then goes up again. So that's like 2 turns worth of FIORA triggers. There's some room to play with this. I don't know how good it's going to be, but the deck exists. We have IRELIA, Blade Dancer. She is green and purple. When you choose a friendly unit, you may exhaust me and pay 1 power to ready that unit. When you conquer, you may pay 1 generic to ready her. This screams combo deck. Everyone saw this, and the Spellsonger equipment that was previously revealed looked at like set 1 Yasuo 5-drop and was like, there's a combo deck here. And I agree. It's going to be piece reliant. There's not a lot of like searching that exists in Riftbound yet. So like with correct amounts of card draw, the fact that we're in purple for invert timelines can help you dig for pieces once you've spent your hand, like committing it to the board, the equipment, I don't know. The shell is there. It just really depends like how the deck curves out and what it does while it's waiting to do that big combo turn. Next, we have Jax, Grandmaster at Arms, green and orange. Pay 1, rest him, attach a detached equipment you control to a unit you control. Or rest him to attach an attached equipment you control to a unit you control. It's fine. It depends on if there are going to be a lot of units that come out that have triggers upon like receiving equipment, that would be cool. If you could like move something, trigger something, move something, trigger it again. It does also lend itself to like wieldy equipment spells, that is to say like ones that have high attach costs, because he can circumvent that with his activated ability. It's an archetype, we'll see how it gets carved out with more reveals. We also have Lucian Purifier in the equipment space. He is red and orange, and he says your equipment each give assault, which is +1 might while equipped to a unit that's attacking. It's fine. I mean, like, everyone saw Longsword and was like, Annie! And I feel like Longsword's just better in Annie than this, because the whole notion of Longsword is like it's a combat trick. It'll be good in Draven too. You can use it on offense or defense, and this only gives you reward on offense. It's fine. Maybe like one of those beginner friendly, like low to the ground, learn to play Riftbound by building Lucian. Hard to say. Or they print broken cheap equipment, and this deck is really good as an aggro strategy. ORNN, Fire Below the Mountain. Green and blue. Rest at reaction speed to add 1 power. That reminds me of a card from set 1 named Kaisa. But this time you can only use the power to play gear or activate gear abilities. I do think Kaisa's more flexible, but we know that this line of text is strong. It's just a matter of like what cards will exist to sink this into turn after turn. Notably, adding the power to pay equip costs is already pretty good. I'm assuming that that's a gear ability. I wish he was in baited hook colors, but that might be too good. And again, like as we see more gear, I think we'll see what ORNN is going to look like as the set comes out. We have REK'SAI, Void Burrower, red and yellow. When you conquer, you may exhaust me to reveal the top 2 cards of your main deck. You may play 1, then recycle the rest. So remember when we were reading Draven and I was like, oh, this says when you win a combat. This is when you conquer. So this is only happening half as much, theoretically. The value of like digging 2 and having the ability to play it then, I get why it's on Conquer, because it has to be on your own turn, because it's like otherwise if you win a combat you're like playing a unit on your opponent's turn. But I wish it did that. Maybe that's too good. It's not like it plays the card for free or anything. There's gonna be turns where you don't have any runes open and you're like, wow, my REK'SAI does nothing. We have RENATA GLASC, Chem Baroness, blue and yellow. When you or an ally hold, you may exhaust me to play a gold gear token exhausted, and the gold gear tokens spend for 1 power. And while your score is within 3 points of the victory score, your gold add an additional 1 generic. That's pretty strong at first read, but it's a deck that kind of relies on winning to the degree that you have to hold. Not just conquer, not just win combat, you have to hold. But it does say when you are an ally hold. So I think that this is Riot being like, play RENATA GLASC in multiplayer. Play RENATA GLASC in 2v2. It'll be good. And I agree with them. Like, I think this will be good in 2v2. We'll see if it finds a space in 1v1. I don't know if I think of like holding when I think of blue and yellow. That's because I have a brain rot problem where every time I see yellow I go baited hook. But that's neither here nor there. Somebody pill me on RENATA GLASC in the comments. I should say 1v1 RENATA GLASC. We also have Rumble, Mechanized Menace. He is red and blue. And your mechs have shield, which is +1 on defense. This is really hard to assess just based on revealing the leaders, because we don't have that many mech cards. I don't even know if we have any mech cards. I should have looked that up before I did this video, but you win some, you lose some. If mechs are strong, this card will be strong. Duh. If mechs are weak, this card will be weak. If mechs are okay, this card will probably be weak, because you have to be holding the point to have defense. And last but not least, we have SIVIR, Battle Mistress. She is orange and purple. When you recycle a rune, you may exhaust me to play a gold gear token exhausted. So like you pay a power for a thing, and she like delayed refunds you. And then when 1 or more enemy units die, ready me. This card is sick. I like this one a lot. I like Misfortune, I like orange purple, but this is really cool. And I think it plays really flexibly. It's kind of like Draven, where it's just when a unit dies, you don't have to win combat, you don't have to conquer, you don't have to hold, you just have to kill something. Can be with a kill spell. I don't know how many of those there are in orange purple right now. Probably not as many as there are in Kaisa. But I like that this is more flexible mana holdover, and it has a cool interaction with seals early in the game, where you play a seal, you tap her, you get another power. That's like solid, really solid, like aggro ramp in a way. But with that being said, that is actually all 12 legend cards. I just wanted to go quickly through all of them. Sometime this weekend, I'll be doing like a best card to go with X legend from Spiritforged. I'll try to do all 12 in one video like I did for this one. If I missed something, if you think I'm wrong about something, let me know in the comments. Subscribe for daily posts, and thank you so much for watching.